Hello, it is the 29th of December and one of the last few days of this year, so I thought that I would film a little video on my thoughts of 2020. So I know that this year was really different for everybody, and that's based on like the different situations that we're in, but I think that some of the things that we all experience could also be shared. I am definitely on the more fortunate side of things, which I am really grateful for, but if I'm honest, in the past few days I have been in a really negative state, or I was in a really negative state, and it's not something that I like to be in. I mean, I don't think anybody does, but it was kind of hard to get out of, and it wasn't until like I talked to a few people or like my really close friends or and like my mom that I was reminded of kind of the things that I am really grateful for. And so it is that gratitude that I want to share today in this video. It's really just me like sharing my thoughts of this year in a very concise way and really from like my own perspective, but I think maybe some of these things might not resonate with you, but maybe some of it will. I wanted to be very honest but very conscious about the thoughts that I am sharing today, so I wrote down some notes that I'm going to be like looking at, and I did this because I know that I'm the kind of person that can't do this kind of video on the spot in like a composed person, so that's why I wrote some notes down. But anyways, let's get into it. So the first question that I decided to ask myself in this video is very broad. It was just, how was your 2020? There is no way that I can accurately put together in a few minutes how 2020 was, but it was filled with a lot of ups and downs. I think that in the downs and in the harder times, it really just included missing and still missing my family so much. And I think that that is something a lot of us who aren't with our family members, or even we're not at some point in this year, or even just with close friends and loved ones in general, are dealing with. And although I'm really grateful for being able to call all the people I love and know that they are safe, I just really hope that next year we will all have a way to physically meet with them. The other thing that 2020 brought to me was this time to overthink a lot of things about my future and about myself, which is something that can really stress me out. But at the same time, that is something I am really grateful for as well. I'm just really glad that I got so much time to really think about what I want to do, what I want in my life, and the kind of person I want to work towards becoming. Because I don't think I would have done that if I didn't get the time that 2020 gave. I think the time and the whole unforeseen situation also gave something really important to me, which was getting closer to a few friends both in Tokyo and just through phone calls. I was recently reminded that there are things you cannot control, and that in those situations you have to look towards what you can do. So looking back positively, I am really grateful for the time that I got to call and spend time with my friends, because there are some people I would not have had the opportunity to get closer to, and it is those people in my life that I am so thankful for, because they bring me so much happiness, and I just really want to say thank you for that. So the next question, what did you learn about yourself? As much as I wish I could say this is who I am, I think that we're constantly learning about ourselves every day, and so there's never really a set answer. But maybe we do get a little bit closer towards understanding ourselves over time. I think this part is very specific to myself and very personal, and I think that this year, spending so much time with myself during the harder and better moments, or during the harder and also the better moments, but also with the people who helped me to grow by helping me to realize things about myself, allowed me to really know myself better. And there is a lot that I can say, and I'm realizing that I'm not actually answering this question, but very briefly, just through this year, I can say that I'm not I can say that I am in the process of really figuring out what it is I want to do in my future, and that is both exciting and also scary. I mean, thinking about the future is exciting, but a bit scary because of how far it seems, but also how near it is. And then there's the part of just understanding who I am a bit better, which I think is quite personal, but definitely something that is constantly fluctuating. But understanding myself better, I think, will definitely help me going into the next year. Yes, I think that maybe we all got to know ourselves a little bit better this year because of all the time that we got. Yes, anyway, this question was really terribly answered, but that's how I would answer this question. What were my most meaningful moments? It's crazy how the beginning of this year feels as if it wasn't a part of 2020, but there were a lot of memories in the beginning, like finishing my first semester of university, going on a ski trip with close friends, and then going to New York City where I spent time with my sister.
I've made it to New York!
And then COVID got really serious, and while I don't have any photos or footage of this except for this one photo, it was really meaningful to have been able to get in contact with friends all over the world or all over the place and catching up more frequently. I don't know if I would have done that or have gotten that close with some friends I made in university and friends in high school too if I didn't have this time. But then of course, spending time with friends in Tokyo, making memories, getting closer to some people was also just as meaningful and gave me so much happiness. And with this year and situation, I was recently reminded by close friends of how lucky I was and am to have been able to go out more and see my friends who were in Tokyo and in my dorm too. And I just really love the memories I was able to make and want to say thank you to everyone who made my year that much more happier. And lastly, on the meaningful moments, there was calling my family through Zoom, and especially on Christmas when Zoom made the call time unlimited, which was so nice of them. So thank you so much for that as well, to Zoom. The next question is, what is something you're proud of? I think that there were a lot of little and big accomplishments, but something I want to say here is that I am really proud of starting my YouTube channel. More so just like committing myself to something I've wanted to do and making and editing the videos, which have been so much fun. I'm really proud of starting something that is my own, and even though it's not like I have a lot of subscribers or anything, I want to say thank you to all of my close friends and family too who have been watching my videos, commenting, messaging me, and just like being on these videos. I also want to say thank you to all of the subscribers that I haven't met in person or anything, but have been watching my videos, commenting, and I'm just really grateful for your support, and it really makes me so happy and gives me this motivation to keep, I guess, like editing and like making videos. So thank you so much for that. And lastly, I think just the fact that we got through 2020 is something that we should all be really proud of. There were like minor or major challenges related to or not with COVID. This year was not the same as usual, and just getting by that is something that you should be really proud of and something that I am really proud of. Okay, so New Year resolutions and going into the next year, what do I want to work on? So I don't have any set resolutions yet, and I plan to like write those next year, which is literally just in like a few days. But I know right now that for the next year, I definitely want to work on things like my energy, my confidence, I guess just like working towards my passions, being more honest to myself, really knowing my values better. I think just also being able to take a step back when I need to. Also, just genuinely making the time to take care of people that I love and like my friends by like calling them, spending time with them, or just being present around them. Because all of those things are really important to me, and I really want to work on that. in 2021. The last thing that I want to mention is that in a conversation with my mom a few days ago, she reminded me of something that she reminds herself of, and it's something that I want to share, which is that life is beautiful. And it's true, life in itself, with all of the little intricacies and moments and people, is really beautiful, and there is a lot to be grateful for, even when it feels hard, which is why, and I don't know how to translate this in English right now, but できるだけ毎日を大切にする。毎日を大切にして頑張る。But yes, I hope that you will have a really beautiful start into the next year, and thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in 2021.